the thorns.
Yeah. Yeah, you can hear it. The audio.
So back in Jeremiah 51, verse 7.
I think it's
Okay, yeah, because it's the actual, you see actual charge.
This is verse 7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, and that made all the earth drunken. The nations had drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Behold, I say, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country.
Yeah, you see when them thermonuclear missiles and when America's destruction comes, man, there's no bringing it back. Oh yeah, maybe we could rebuild or no. It's just gonna be like, yeah, let's just go home. Yeah, this is done. When them missiles and all that, yeah, when they tear up into America, man, no one, the people on the boats, everyone, they're just gonna leave, man. Forsake her. The judgment is gonna go up onto heaven, and that's gonna confirm how wicked America was. So all these people that were defending America and God bless America, it's gonna confirm how foolish they were. Because if America truly was blessed and the Most High is with America, then it wouldn't get wiped out the way it's about to be wiped out. And it's gonna be a clean wipeout. Like nothing left. The scriptures speak about drawing out the line of confusion, meaning there's gonna be no landmarks. This is gonna be this, you know, where am I? I don't know. This is rubble and it's just messed up. And rightfully so. Yeah, go on.
Malachi chapter 4. Malachi chapter 4, verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that shall cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
That shows you America is that land of the wicked, man. It's the prime place of the wicked. And only the elect are going to be delivered that the righteous out of the land of America. Everyone else is going to perish, man.
Whole bloodlines.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying in Gaza, isn't it? Like a whole bloodlines in Gaza disappeared like one strike, grandfather, everything. But that's what's going to happen in America. There's going to be no root or branch. This whole bloodline ended, through fiery destruction.
If you take something up by the root, that's it. You know what I mean, ain't grand. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no replanting. That's it. It's plucked.
Corporations, everything.
Convert, man.
Isaiah 66:15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
No one's going to survive. The population of America is like, what, over 350 million or something like that? Now, you minus the elect from that, it's not looking good, fam. It's not looking good, fam. And this is from LA to New York, down to Florida.
Just on one continent, on the planet, And there's still a lot of death going on in the rest of the world, man. So that's just one place. That's how a bunch of people wiped out.
That's the best of destruction.
That's right. Back in Jeremiah 51, verse 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone to his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies.
And I'm pretty sure it says the same thing there's the same similar statement for that in Revelations, right? Judgment is reached up on. Yeah. So it's the same thing, and that shows you, like, it's the same thing that's gonna happen, man. This judgment is gonna be so great, because the people are gonna know, this is crazy. This ain't never happened before. A nation of that stature, it's one thing to say you got hit with one nuke, but to be completely wiped out off the face of the planet Earth.
From being up here to nothing. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy, man.
And again, you know, going back to ancient Babylon, that never happened to them. You know, this is why we know. That's why it's mentioned in the Book of Revelation also.
Babylons, isn't it?
You know what I'm saying? Because there's a latter day Babylon. You know, and that's America, right? It says, for a judgment reaching unto heaven, and as if not even to the skies. The Lord hath brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord of our power. Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord have raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, right, which is the Russians, right? And that's why that animosity between the US and Russia exists, you know, and why it's being built up to basically exhaustion right now, you know. And they, you know, they're really going to, you know, preparing themselves to fight one another.
And they're saying that Trump and Putin is friends.
Yeah.
But then didn't Putin say in an interview that it doesn't matter who is the president of America?
Putin the other day was warning, saying that Russia shouldn't go to America and all that because they're gonna get hemmed up and all that.
Putin understands it's not about who's in the seat. He's the front guy. You know, he knows it's about all the elites behind all it, man.
Yeah.
There's an agenda that's going to get played out. It's not about who the president is.
He even acknowledged that because he said, you know, he knows what Biden is doing. He's trying to cause this destabilization and all that. But then Trump's going to come in and have to deal with the backlash. But he said he's not worried about that, you know, because he already knows that there's an agenda, like you're saying, that, you know, that's what it is. Everyone's playing their part.
Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord have raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, for his device is against Babylon, to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple.
The vengeance of the Lord, because a lot of what's going to happen to America is off the back of what they've done to his children. And that shows you that the Israelites mean something to the Lord. Even though the Israelites don't mean nothing to the American people, because no one cares. Vocab don't care. They don't really care what happened to our people. They, as far as they're concerned, we should just shut up about it. You know, move on. But guess what? The Lord ain't gonna move on. The Lord's gonna bring great judgment on America for the suffering that his people received in that land. You know?
Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 15. That which have been is now, and that which is to be have already been. And the Most High requireth that which is past.
What's up?
Indians, people act like they don't want to remember that. These men want to talk all this about pointing the finger at everyone else. Oh, these Muslims, they're savages. You know how Esau is. Esau's always pointing the finger at all these uncivilized people, right? And then forgetting that, okay, so then remind me again who wiped out, you know, the Native American Indians and stole their land? Because that must have been a bunch of crazy immigrants. Maybe they were Muslims or maybe they were blacks. No, it was you. So, so you mean you're capable of doing that?
Yeah, there was a news cast or broadcast where the Fox guy Jake was arguing with the Edomite. She was like, yeah, get these migrants out, and they're causing they're bringing down the economy. But then he was like, nah, but you're the original aliens that came and stole the land from the Native Americans. What about you? He says, don't try and pull that card. Don't try and pull the race card. He's weak. Like, you're trying to say, don't pull the race card and do that. But it's the truth, though. You're the original immigrant that came to another man's land and stole their land, but you don't want to talk about it.
They're the worst immigrants. Because anywhere they went, they totally uprooted and violated the people. They didn't just like, you know, they say you're supposed to integrate. They didn't just integrate. They went there and decimated. Like, look at South Africa. Like, they didn't integrate when they went there. They went there and just basically subjugated the local population and put them under apartheid. Changed names, like named whole countries. You know,
changed everything. Traditions.
Like landmarks, like if you go Ghana or like India, both countries, different continents, but they look exactly the same because there's the British infrastructure or the roads. They even painted the yellow and black painting on the roads exactly the same. You think you're in the same country.
I remember the first time I looked, because you know the US has a military base in Guam. Do you know where Guam is? It's in the middle of fucking nowhere. But America's got a military base there. So what the hell are you guys doing, man?
first immigrants that's ever been in the face or the planet Earth. They've gone everywhere and fucked with everyone, and they haven't just integrated and added value to society. They took value.
That's right.
You know, they
That's
changed
right.
people's languages for fuck's sake. Oh, you come to you can't even speak English, bro. You can't speak English.
Exactly.
There's some dude from Newcastle talking about they were watching. You know, you get them videos where Jake from London's talking, and they'll be like, "What is he saying? Like, speak English?" It's like, bro,
It's rich coming from you.
like you're from Newcastle, brother. Like, no one knows what you're saying.
That viral video that West Ham supported Jay. These immigrants coming over, taking our jobs, and they ain't even working. Taking our jobs and they're not working. They didn't do it.
Double down on the statement.
They call that Schrodinger's
But when
benefit.
they go to other people's country, they force other people to learn their language and learn their ways. Like the Brits didn't really incorporate other people's culture. They forced their culture on everyone else.
I remember speaking to one Spanish girl I used to work with, and she was saying how she used to work hospitality in Spain, and the Brits would get pissed off that certain Spaniards couldn't speak English in Spain, and it's like, mate, we're in Spain.
But then you come here and you got an accent, and then like you're in England and you don't even speak English, and you need to integrate and all this bullshit, man. These people are the biggest hypocrites you've just ever been on the planet Earth. It's actually insane, and you just look at them like, wow, we just need to get you in slavery, man, and just like teach you the error of your ways, but you know.
Oh, that some guy called Mike Wallace is like that popular viral interview, the small hat, and then he's talking about Nigeria, saying it's the most corrupt nation on the planet Earth, and man's a small hat living in America saying about another nation as fuck.
Well, corruption's everywhere, man.
Yeah.
You know, and Esau is the propagator of the biggest corruptions ever to have been known.
Because why are you doing business with a corrupt nation then? That's the question.
I should read this quick. Habakkuk 2:5. Yeah, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man. He's just hella proud. He doesn't understand, he doesn't see the hypocrisy in what he's saying. He just thinks he's right all the damn fucking time. But he's actually the worst, proponent of these things. You know, so he neither keep at home. He's in everybody's back garden, man. You know, taking shit that don't belong to him, claiming shit that don't belong to him. Yeah.
Cover fields for real.
Yeah, weren't they the original pirates too?
Pirates of the Caribbean and all of that.
Yeah, Blackbeard and all that.
So what the
Blackbeard.
fuck you out there in the Caribbean? You know what I'm saying?
Port Royale and all that. Now that port in the Jamaica.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, why are they white people?
Man will sit there watching that Pirates of the Caribbean thing, all laughing about it, and then it will come on the news like some Somali pirates.
Yeah.
These people, that's what they do. You actually have a history of doing this. Yeah, it's like, you know, they'll watch Game of Thrones, you know, King Richard the Lionheart, he man a swashbuckling and all that. Like, yeah, Mike, proper British. And then like, they was on Twitter, it'll be like two blacks, like, with a Rambo knife. There was no knife crime. Bro, I'm pretty sure man was swashbuckling in the UK, like, for a long time. It's like history. This is a fact. London always had a crime problem. There was always bodies floating down the Thames, like, and they make programs about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they literally make period pieces with criminals, like
Serial
cutthroats.
killers and all that. Yeah.
It's just that it wasn't reported. A lot of times when man died in poor areas, no one reported, no one cares. You just dash man in the river, a man's missing, and that's it. Man's like trying to bring. But people were always using knives and stabbing people and all that kind of stuff. Like, what do you think swords were? Why do you think swords were invented? Like now, what do you think a sword fight is?
Exactly.
Like, it's no different. But you know, Esau, man, he has to always make it look like everyone else is just violent and crazy, and he's always been this peaceful, that couldn't hurt a fly type thing. Insane, man. So why did they need police then? Since there was no crime. Jack the Ripper. Oh yeah, did you hear
about to
that?
say Jack the Ripper?
He's a J-double-O. They identified him as a J-double-O.
That's why he got away with it for so long, isn't it? No, but even in the movie, what was it, Sherlock Holmes? Because they basically based it upon masonry. Jack the Ripper and all that. He was a mason. They was into that Freemasonry shit, Whitechapel and all that. So we really know that was part of the thing. Yeah, man.
Well, say who largely his desire as hell and is his death, and cannot be satisfied, but go unto him all nations, and he unto him all people.
That's why they want the New World Order. That's why they're pushing for this MOTV, because they won't stop. Man. They want more. They want it all. They want everything. They want everyone's inheritance. They don't want nobody to have nothing. They're gonna keep squeezing and squeezing and squeezing, and more taxation, more taxation. That's how these people are, man.
Luke 18:7. And shall not Yahweh avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them? I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth?
But yeah, faith is gonna be small in the earth. Really, only the elect. And that's again, who's destroyed faith in the Lord more than Esau, with his evolution and the science. Every time you turn the TV on, Esau's trying to tell you about science. Oh yeah, the Bible's a fairy tale, but this is science. Trust it. And then you find out man lied and fabricated. Stuff. You know what I mean? Like he's just a demon, man. Oh, he believes in God. Oh. I believe in science. Frick.
Obadiah chapter 1 or Obadiah 1 and 5. If thieves, well, let me start off actually. I'm gonna start from 3. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. And this is the point. If thieves came unto thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came unto thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? And Esau is the ultimate thief. He's insatiable. All he does is he's roam around the earth, taking peace from the earth. And that's why the scriptures speak about them chariots and how they're about to enter into the house of the thief. And that's another thing that you got popping up right now on mainstream media. All over the place. Now they're trying to say it's drones and this. But guess what? The chariots of Israel, man, they're showing up and they're showing out. And it's all over mainstream media. You got Esau bugging out. But the scripture says, be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. But the heathen are dismayed at them. So this is what we get to see that in living time, live and HD, whatever, on news platforms and that. We get to see the reports on it. We get to see Esau bugging out over it. So that's a beautiful thing. Because Esau, the main thief, they're about to enter into his house. And it's going to be in a violent fashion. So we got great things to look forward to. Yahweh Shai is on his way, basically. Then you got chariots that are just popping up in the middle of the ocean. They're getting approached by Esau's police force and that. But they can't do shit. And they're just hovering. They can't touch them. Yeah.
Otherwise they would have.
Exactly.
Esau's quick to shoot, man.
Yeah.
And he can't do shit.
Can't stop him.
Yeah. Guns jamming or some shit. No, they can't do nothing, bro,
I've got another one. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be upon thy glory.
He's always trying to put everyone else to shame. And that's his main thing. Trying to shame everyone else. Everyone else is uncivilized. Everyone else is stupid. Everyone else can't get it right. But we got it right. Esau's always trying to glorify himself. But you see, but by the end of this thing, by the way the world is going to end, all the shame's really going to stick on him. Because you're the one that did all this. You're responsible for it. You're the one that was the management. Because the buck stops with the management. See, it's all good and well when you want to, get glory and say, this, that. Then when it all falls to shit, you have to take it, man. You see Pep right now. Pep's you're the management. Oh yeah, you won for the last 3 seasons and everyone was giving you the glory. But now that the team's gone downhill, where does the buck stop? With the manager. You got to take responsibility for that. But same thing with Esau. All the bullshit you've done over these years that's going to lead the world towards utter destruction, and the pinnacle of your society is going to be completely wiped out. All that shame is going to stick to you now. Everyone's going to know you're the devil that the Bible speaks of, and you didn't really have it all. You weren't the good people. You weren't the godly people. You weren't the intelligent people that you claimed to be. Because if you were so intelligent, then why is your fucking kingdom in ashes? Was it the blacks? Yeah? It was everyone else's fault. No, it's you. You did it. Because no one else had the power you had.
And so just like he's mentioned Pep, right? The owners of the club, what they're going to do eventually, get you out. And who's the owner of this world? The Most High, right? The Most High going to get your fucking ass out, and that's what's coming, man. And the Most High going to replace you. yeah, you're fired, eh? And he will replace you with Yahweh Shai, man, the one that is more profitable, as the scripture speaks about. Yeah.
Sirach chapter 10.
The serpent even stuff and said, "You ain't gonna die." You know what I'm saying? So they came with this whole that serpent is Esau, and that represents also his kingdoms and shit. That's him. He built kingdoms of deceptions and lies and of demons of the left hand path, and that's why the scriptures also says that Satan is transformed to angel of light, because he's actually coming. He's coming as if he's enlightened, he's great, he's just he's just, and everything through him is, and it's true. And now they got that whole thing. They got Piers Morgan arguing with any kind of so-called Negroes that want to talk about injustice against cops. It's unreal. Now they're actually arguing. Oh, but getting other Edomites on there or whoever they're getting, and they're saying stuff like, "Oh, well, all the people that did slavery, they're dead. So it's got nothing to do with it." That's what they're doing. It's insane. I seen a clip of that the other day. I said, "That's terrible. This is what they're doing."
That goes into hold still not guilty.
Right.
They were trying to. They always trying to shift blame. Like they ain't got to pay for nothing.
So now we're getting bolder now. They want barraging. They got Trump in. Now that's that bold final move. That's what they're really trying to push now, that bold final move. But the Lord's got him checkmated, because that's why even the whole thing with we knew that they were taking slavery, the history of slavery out of the schools. They're trying to attack anything to do with justice and our history, because Jake alone, we're a thorn in the side of these devils. And then the enlightened Jake, they don't even want to know about that. So through the spirit, when Trump and that comes in, you're going to start seeing that getting attacked more. But a lot of people can't see that right now. But we can see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling what the brother was saying, man. It's powerful because they're fucking targeting that. They think they're the top people. Or they act like they are. And to do that, then they have to crush the real righteous blacks, the blacks, the niggers, the Negroes, you blacks, black people. And we ain't fucking black people, man.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like reality, innit? They have to deal with it now. That's going to be the main topic for
We're
discussion.
telling you with the Israelites, and y'all can't really deal with it, handle it. But through that, a lot of people are waking up.
It's getting to the point where they're going to have to deal with it, even on the mainstream. But even with the so-called chariots, so-called drones, UFOs, they're having to deal with these things now, innit? Before they used to hide behind the issue, but now it's because it's so prevalent. They have to deal with the issue.
Right.
You can keep attacking us and all that, but we've got angelic protection, which is going to manifest. And that's how you're going down. When this angelic protection through the Yahweh Shem Shai and the Holy Spirit really starts manifesting, you ain't got nothing to say. And there's scriptures on that.
You ain't got a plan B for that.
Right.
And just on that point you just made about they don't want to accept that with the Israelites, man. But that goes into the scripture about being in the land where they will call us not his people, basically. They reject us being the Israelites, man. But the Lord is calling us his people, right? You can't stop that. You can't stop the Lord's calling upon us, man. You know?
So when the new missiles come and the chariots come, who gives a fuck what they believe anyway?
And
This
then
is
what?
not about.
You mentioned the Plan B. They think that because the elites they know about it, so they've got they think that Plan B is their weapons, the weapons they don't tell you about, to try and fight the chariots. You know, and it's the chariots are coming up more now. Why? Because they're aware of that, but um how can I say, like, pull it to the people in a certain way, normalize it, because they've known about it for years, but now they're trying to normalize it now. So now that people can get, you know what, yeah, you're right. You know, there are UFOs. We need to
But
take
that's
them
why
out.
they was pushing all that Project Bluebeam before these peeps. And now, whenever it cut, oh, it was Bluebeam. Well, okay, how do we know that? Well, it could be a real chariot. Why does it have to be Project Bluebeam? But that's why they were. So now they can just always say, oh, it's a drone or it's a Project Bluebeam. But the chariots are going to be manifesting themselves more. You know what I mean? But Esau's going to try and come up some excuse. Like, but what are you going to do when the fire start coming at chariot and blowing up your building and shit? It's a blue beam as well, yeah?
Green screen. Green screen.
That's like getting dusted off.
Revelations 1 and 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail
Yeah,
because of
everybody got these different nations all over the planet. Elam, and we're the only ones that break who everybody is down. By the way, so everyone attacking us, y'all, we ain't gonna learn nothing of y'all because y'all don't really go into the scriptures. We do. You know, there's people read the whole Psalms and not actually go into what that Psalms means. But anyway, you got Elam, you got Hamites, you got Japhites, you got all the different Arab nations. Which Arab, that's just like it's like Ishmael, but it means mixed. You got Elam all up in that Persians, and you got Assyrians, whatever, man. So all these motherfucking nations are gonna be in dealing with what that scripture just said. You know,
yeah, every eye shall see him.
every eye shall see.
That's how it was like, the Independence Day. Had ships that they were above the cities all over the world. So obviously, China, Russia, and all that kind of thing. That's how it's gonna be. The chariots gonna come, and they're gonna be everywhere. But the main chariot is gonna be above America. But there's still gonna be chariots all over the world, isn't it? Because the elective has to be delivered from all over the world.
This is Revelations 12 and 11. That a great shout was heard, and then it all ascended up into one cloud. That's the fathership, you know?
Cloud, that particular scripture,
Yeah.
is the same cloud that led the Israelites out of Egypt.
So you can't scoff against. There was a scoff that was good. You can't. Oh yeah, the pillar that they're saying it's you. Yeah, is it the chariots? Is it UFO? You can't
They
scoff.
have to come out with it now as well. Even on the news, they're saying, "Oh, that's in Ezekiel 1:1." Before they wouldn't talk like that. They'll say, "Oh, it's some green goblins, the greys." They would say some shit. Now they're equating those chariots to wheel within the wheels in the Bible, which we've been saying for years.
By the Most High. And he has to. A lot of y'all talk all this shit. The Freemasons and shit. They read the Bible. They believe. They actually know the Bible's true. They read it. They do digs where archaeology is. The stuff, the revelations. They think about that. That's what they're doing behind the scenes.
Remember that we went to the that lodge? Is it in Houston? The main one there. They got the Most High's name.
The one from back.
Where Leicester Square? Where Leicester Square is?
You walk down.
Fucking out the main line.
Holborn, yeah. Bro, they got the Most High's name at the top of the building, at the top of the lodge. So they know about the scriptures, man. They just can't call upon that name in Hebrew, bro. But they just can't call upon the name because the Lord's name is dreadful among the heathen. But they know.
Bible to do, like, you got the old those videos about like little rituals to do with Freemasonry, and they're trying to present it like what there's a Bible. They use the Bible. The Bible's in the motherfucking rituals. Then
They-
obviously they got it's all based off Egyptian, Babylonianism,
Yeah.
Egyptology.
They believe in Solomon
But
as
they
well.
still got the Bible
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
You know,
And they follow King Solomon.
like
They
that
believe in
in
Solomon,
the
bro.
ritual.
Yeah, man.
You got this sword and shit and this different thing. That come on, man. You can't get around the scriptures. All right.
Other one.
It
Yep.
says Acts chapter 1, verse, I'm gonna start from 6. It says, when they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel?
And that's why those Snorlax, they saying what that because they know that's the vibration of power to be an Israelite through the spirit. So that's why they've took that identity on to dull us and to nullify us from that inheritance and promise. Because that's the ultimate vibration, man,
Yeah.
of men on earth.
Yep.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you get animals, you got lions, you got the apex predators. There's a movie when I'm an apex. So, yeah, because you shot, you had the flying amongst men, right? That see, and that goes into that supremacy, white supremacy. The Lord's pumped them up. They've not always been in power. You've had, like they go, your packies. Well, they've been in power. At one point, they was in power over. You know what I'm saying? See, this is what pride does. You get the power now, and you act like, oh, I've always. But you see, that shows you that he's a snake, because he won't even give credit to other nations of what they've done. That's crazy, man.
So, and I told you, it's insecurity.
Right.
That's a massive insecurity from that, where you have to lie. Because you know this, like every time they make the period pieces, they make sure that all the actors were so poor white.
Yeah.
You know, everyone, when they had access to actors of different
Nations.
colors and nations. Yeah, and they like to talk about this that was in the old times. When they made the new Exodus, the new
Yeah,
with Christian Bale, they still didn't portray the Egyptians correct.
Right.
Even though they've done all the archaeology and see, yeah, these people were darker skinned, they still didn't do it right because they don't really like to associate anyone else doing anything, because it breaks down the whole idea of, like you said, white supremacy, that they're just naturally more intelligent than everyone else. And
Special.
No,
Very
you-
special.
no, you got lucky, my man.
That's serious insecurity.
They got
High
insecurity,
level.
man.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
You can't even own up to who you are.
Yeah.
You can't even own up to what others have done, and you're doing what you're doing now. You can't even own up to that.
But Esau's ashamed of who he is.
It's gotta be everybody because it's that low. Okay, no, I was this. I was that.
the Greek.
I was.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's heavy insecurity, and especially when the people they marginalize the most, because we were going into it earlier, is Judah. Those they got, you got whole publications in American history where they were just going, I dare you to name one Negro of any mention in history. Like they were just they just didn't want to accept that Jake could do anything, even though they knew they could. It was just like, no, we need to marginalize these people down to the level of you're no better than a cow.
Yeah.
You're a beast. You could never do anything. You ain't never been shit, and you ain't never gonna be shit. Even though they knew the history to know that that's not the case. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you're just monkeys. Oh, look, your brain. Look, they started making up shit. Oh, your skull.
Samuel's brain.
You know what I mean? I've got certain of the books where they would do these regular publications and teach that scientifically that Jake would, just retarded or something.
You know what they kind of show you that in is that movie, man.
You're gonna say Django, right?
No,
Oh, I thought you was gonna say
I was touching that as well.
Yeah.
But
Leonardo
the rough one, when there was
Uncle
Jake.
Tom.
yeah.
And they
Oh
had-
yeah.
Get them chopped up because they actually was doing that, chopping Jacob, opening up their brains, chopping their lips up, got the metal things, opening up their mouth and that. Oh, and experimenting on them like the animal. And that's where that whole actually the evolution, white supremacy thing come through
Scientific
through
race.
that's slavery. Or we're better than you. You know, that was slavery, evolution. We've developed nations, and you guys are low monkeys. So we're gonna that's fucked up, man.
Yeah, there's an ideology
How
that
the
blacks
fuck
only
you gonna
destroy.
Piers Morgan? Fuck you. How the fuck you know what? Fuck all you motherfuckers, Piers Morgan, and all you people. You ain't shit. People like his debating style. That dude, listen, man. There's videos of him in Monaco blowing off them fucking
There you
small.
There you go.
He licks their ass. Anyone with top money, oh, you know that he's a shill plant.
Yeah.
That's all Piers Morgan is. Oh, I like his debate. No, he's a shill
He-
plant.
he
He works
paid
for them
Rupert
top.
Murdoch.
If you watch his early
Rupert
documentaries,
Murdoch, yeah.
he's all
Yeah,
around
Murdoch,
them guys, man, in Monaco, licking their asses, sucking up to them. Super rich. That's who you're dealing with. Fucking stupid
He
ass
ain't got no
motherfuckers, man.
integrity, man.
All of these people in England that are running their mouths, a lot of them are paid off. They're all paid off. Just name their name.
It's
Just
funny,
pay.
but we was mentioning that all that earlier.
That's
We was talking about all of that, like, specific.
right. All right, let's read the scripture.
Yeah, I got, this is Judith chapter 5, verse 20. It says, Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin. And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
Yeah, and that's the only reason why you even could overcome Gad. Because Gad really, when you read in the history books, like, bro, God was superior to you, dog. God was superior to you. God was some real life warriors. Real life. These braves were brave. And there's nothing worse than a soldier that don't care about death. Like, these guys were brave. They were mastered the arts of guerrilla warfare, the tomahawk and all the different weapons, man, the warrior society. I know the elder knows all about that. The only reason you overcame them is because the spirit of the Lord was against Gad. And Gad had a lot of leaders that were flip-flopping. Let's just make peace. If all them if the Lord put the spirit of war in Gad, where they were like, yo, man, fuck these Edomites, you would have all been dead. If they all had the spirit of Geronimo or Sitting Bull, you had certain men that were like, no, fuck these crackers, man, we need to kill all of them. Then you had certain men that were just like, no, let's make treaty with them. And if they all just came together and said, yo, done them, you lot would have been back in England. Because they would have been on to you, like, they were serious about it, and the guns weren't going to help you. It was the Lord that took the heart away from the leadership. And then you had infighting, where this tribe was fighting against this tribe, and you were able to conquer the Gadites. It wasn't because you were superior males.
Snake tactics.
Yeah, snake
That's
tactics,
even there was a
man.
Reubenite leader. What the hell is his name? That mainly Reubenite one.
You talk Russell.
No. I'm not saying. But what they tricked him to get him captured. That's what they did, even with Geronimo, because he actually got caught. It was a lot of I know with the Reubenite they tricked them. Oh, we're gonna do this. Okay, so let's meet. And then they captured him. That's what they do. Snake tactics, fake treaties. Oh, we can get peace, and then break him. It was a snake shit, pussy shit. They weren't, you know what I'm saying? That's how they had to do it.
Yeah, bit by bit.
No honor.
Right.
Yeah, he didn't just roll up, yeah, we're the strongest, and then just fight and then defeated them.
Like that.
It wouldn't happen like that. You lot are not that. You're not. You Edomite men are not like on paper. Let's put it this way: on paper, you ain't it, man.
Yeah.
The Lord had to be against us in order for you to do anything. Because if it was just on paper, you ain't got nothing for any of the
Them
tribes.
Gadites had societies that were you join, and basically it was like a long title. The men that don't like life anymore and that are ready to die. Basically, since like people, long ass. What kind of society is this? You could join it whether like old or if he was young and he just didn't like life anymore. Something went wrong. I was reading this shit. And the record, and it's just crazy. At any age, none of the old people, the younger people, they were like, well, that went bad. I don't care anymore. And that was like one of those contrary societies, and they would just go to the war. And what they would do is, they would have something where the ones that ain't signed up to that, they would retreat. So everybody, the armies, the Edomites think everyone's retreating. But then you'd have a handful of cats that ain't retreating. They're like, whoa, I'm not even-
He's like,
it's like, so that psychologically, thought, okay, they retreated, and it was like, whoa, what?
this guy's not.
It was, you know what I'm saying? Then they would just tear up, tear up.
Yeah. And the
You
same
know what
thing
I'm saying?
even goes when you go into West
Tear that
Africa. If you actually read the history of West Africa, in the years before Esau even got there, Jake was doing bare infighting. And this is so it's like the Lord softened Jacob. Like I said, the Lord went with us. We got softened up for Esau to come in and take power. You ain't that guy, man. That's why you ain't the world heavyweight champion, man. That's why Jack Johnson turned around and showed you you're not the strongest man. Because you really never have been. You're the weakest of every man, pound for pound.
This is Genesis chapter 25, verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger.
And always how it's built. You know, you talk about natural selection. That we're just naturally that.
We're the superior beings. It's just that we sin, the curses came upon us, and shit just didn't work out. And it happens like that. Sometimes even you see that happen, like in sports. This is the better team, and they just fucking lose. And you're like, rah, on paper, them man should have just wiped the floor with them. But then there was this injury happened, and this happened, and these little things happen, and the other team,
in the game.
the other team just had the upper hand. But like, bro, these men should never have won. That's you. You're that bug team that managed to win. It got lucky. The best player got injured. Managers, someone's granny died.
That's why there's loads of scriptures in that. If you believe in the Lord, you'll put 1,000 to flight and stuff like that. There's loads of scriptures like that. When the Lord was telling, like, believe in Him, and then this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen. And we just read the one where if you don't believe, all these curses, shit just gonna happen, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good because we're in that time now where the Lord's flipping
on the other
that scale. There's got to be some justice. Too much injustice going on out here. Let's be honest. This earth has been destroyed by the Edomites. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. It says that for a reason. Let's read something. Let's read.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother.
That's all that infighting, it's beef. So that was the old school term beef. You know what I'm saying? Everyone loved that term beef. But there's all this beef, all this unnecessary fucking beef. You know what I'm saying? This beef is cool to have beef, but that's a curse, actually. Just read it. Yeah, this year. You know what I'm saying? And that's in the households, and just Jakes in general, different areas, different countries. They always have some kind of beef for some stupid ass reason.
In fact, the lack of unity is a curse in itself.
It's a curse, man.
And that Jake suffers from that because, like, if Jake and the Lord had it that way, because if Jake was all together in one accord, 12 tribes, just one tribe together would fuck. Imagine all 12 tribes were together and we had one mind, and we were just like, yeah, fuck these devils. We're just gonna start moving on them. No matter how much guns Esau got, he'd be fucked, 100%. But Jake killing each other in every city, everywhere. Jake can't even get together in groups larger than 50. That's the maximum. If you get 50 Jake together, that's the gang. And then there'll be another gang of 50 over here, and they'll all be killing each other. Whereas Esau's the one that's got the 100,000 man army, and there'll even be Jakes in the army. That's when Jake can get in order. When they're in Esau army, then they're all in order.
Yeah, but the scripture even says that if we all Israelites call on the Most High, that's the power that we've got as the sons of God. The other nations ain't got that. If we call on the Most High, if there was unity, all Israelites call on the Most High, this kingdom would go down overnight. That's what we're dealing with here.
Reset on that.
Yeah.
Psalms chapter 81, verse 13. Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked in my ways. I should soon have subdued their enemies and turned my hand against their adversaries.
So the Lord, you know what the Lord set He doesn't. You don't even have to fight. You don't have to do nothing.
Yeah,
Which is how it's going to go down.
That's exactly that's
You know, the supernatural,
Mm.
the righteous order, justice will start tearing people up.
That man would have probably, if God was right, Esau would have just been washing up on the shore.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? What's that? Like,
They didn't make it. They didn't make it.
Swell up.
There's no doubt, you know, Columbus and all these, they faced perils on the way there. Of course they must have done, man. Lord protected them to get to where they were getting, just so they can bring judgment against God, you know, and take America,
And the
man.
conquistadors, because they went over there and the Montezuma, they took down Montezuma and all them dons, but they were wicked, and that's why they fell.
That's how it's going to be in the kingdom. You ain't going to be able to attack us. The aura vibration will be so strong, you can read your mind. You know, you're trying to cough.
They come to legal court. You know what I mean?
You're going to get nosebleeds.
And there is no,
We might have some fun. We might have some fun. Make them think. You know, we let them Edomites speak. They come out of rebellion, man, and just laugh.
Yes.
Matter of fact, the demons, y'all think, like y'all Christians think the demons have revolted against the Most High, and that's not actually true. Job 2 tells you that they actually have to go back and report back to the Most High. That shows you the Most High is all powerful. There's no spirit that can snake it. He don't work like that. He's the father of spirits. He controls all these spirits, left,
But how could
right,
there be
and
prophecy?
right.
If you got the demons could just do what they want, then how can you prophesy?
Yeah.
That means they could go off script.
Right. That's true.
how can the Most High be the Most High if there's not things in his control? It makes no sense. Just do what I want.
18 and verse 3. Who governeth the world with the palm of his hand, and all things obey his will.
That's everything. Scripture don't make every spirit, every bug, ant, leech, worm, everything, demon, alien demons, whatever the demons that look all, all of that. They're all the Most High controls them, motherfuckers, man. So in the kingdom, go back to the point, we're going to be able to use them to torment people.
Right.
Because they're going to be in order. They ain't gonna attack us. Right now they attack us. They're allowed to.
I've got a little bit more. It says, for he is the king of all, by his power dividing holy things among them from profane.
The kingdom we're going to be that judge. That we're going to be over all those spirits, all those creations and stuff. And we're going to be judging stuff. So that's promises of the scriptures. That's in there. So that's why a lot of the haters and stuff are coming with, oh, you guys can't be. But they never attack the small hats. They're allowed to be. But guess what? The small hats don't even prophesy or nothing like that. So what are they doing?
They're a secular group anyway.
They're sandal wearing Romans, man. All right, that's what they are. Well, look at the rock. Israel right now is exactly just another province of Rome. That's all it is right now. That's all it is.
But you never see the Rothschilds with the even though they're because they're like the most famous and most powerful family of those people.
Yeah.
But they don't necessarily portray themselves that way. Whenever you see the Rothschilds, they just British looking or they're French looking. You don't see them with yarmulkes on there and the twiglets. I've never seen a member of their family that is of the Orthodox or wearing the all black. But they represent the JOOs as the chief family.
Yeah.
But they don't, what I mean? They don't portray themselves like, with the twiglets and shit.
No, it's when they get interviewed, that's when they come out with it. They say stuff like that. They talk about it. They say, there's quite a few interviews about it. Even the one that everyone knows about. But yeah, the other guy interview him had this thing, and then you read the Balfour Declaration. That's
my
a
family, right. Rearranged.
Jacob,
That's
innit?
a famous one.
Jacob.
And another one is daughter Hannah Rothschild's. That video got that. I don't know.
I think I had that the other day. I think it was
She said that. Well, she said we're not British. No, she said we're not British. She said we're Jews, we're not British. So JWs,
One
JW.
of them was a general in the Israeli as well. That was pivotal during the 6 Day War as well. They've been
But they're like crypto. Unless you know it, you would know.
yeah,
The
yeah,
point
yeah.
is they're crypto Jews, and then crypto JWOs, and JWs. So that's what they are. Until they get interviewed and they come out of it, all you know is all British aristocrat. Even all of them, the Goldsmith family, all of those, they intermarried, and it makes sense they're called Goldsmith. That's not their name. Give themselves that name. That ain't where their name, the Goldsmiths. They give themselves that name, but that shows you the power that they got. And a lot of them, they go to school in West London. What's that school? Does anybody know? Eton. Not Eton. There's another one. In
Cameron.
in Harrods.
David Cameron.
I looked at it the other day, bro. I
I
remember
don't know that.
it's called there's one in West London, yeah. A lot of them elites go there, Rothschilds and sheikhs and stuff like that. Um, I can't
Dulwich College, but that's south.
remember. West London. Let's carry on.
3 6. This is Colossians chapter 1, verse 13. Who have delivered us from the power of darkness and have translated us into the kingdom of his dear Son, in whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins, who is the image of the invisible power, the firstborn of every creature. For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in the earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him.
And that's the same way when Howard Stein was cleansing people, man. Just demons, basically. He was telling demons to leave, casting them out, because he had power over them. I'm saying when the Most High has power over them, it's no different.
That's it.
He gave it to his sons. That's right.
You know, he said they're delivered from the power of darkness. That's that ignorance, man, that lack of knowledge and understanding, which Yahweh Shai is bringing. That's what this ministry, the light, Yahweh Shai is bringing it to take away the shackles of darkness, man, where we fall out of the way, because that's the only reason why Esau has the upper hand.
Yeah.
If we never fell from the righteousness, then Esau wouldn't be able to do what he did to us. The rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hand onto iniquity. And the brother was breaking it down. So then what does that mean? It really ain't about Esau, how good or bad he is. It's about us. So that's why this ministry is more about us than it is about Esau. Fuck what Esau got to say or got to think or what to believe. It's about us and what we believe and what we think and how we worship our power. Because once we get right, it don't matter what Esau believe. It don't matter what technology he think he have. It don't matter whether he stand up or bow down. He gonna be rolled over. Period. Because he has nothing for us, man. And that's gonna be proven when Yahweh Shai comes and them chariots come. Because it ain't gonna be no long drawn out process. This ain't gonna be no 100-year war or battle, Star Trek, Star Wars, Battle of the Nations. Bro, you're done. That same very day. You're cooked. Your goose is cooked. Finished. We come back down once. He says, you said Holy Jerusalem coming down out of heaven. Once we come down, when you think it's going to be a fight. Oh, I'm down. Medic and all that shit. No, we just gonna roll up. Oh, who's that? Him? All right. Might do some telekinesis to the put man there. Or it could be that spiritual pressure. What's that, like bleach? Oh, can't stand. All that stuff. You don't really go battle for the earth. It's just gonna collect you. You know, like when man's collecting chickens, bro. Come on.
Saints shall take the kingdom.
That's right.
We're just going to take the kingdom. There's not going to be we're not going to fight for it.
It's already ours. From the time we come down, the kingdom is already ours. It's not your kingdom
Yeah,
anymore.
I say you would have got the victory.
It's done.
We're going to fight over it to find out who's the best. We're going to know the best is.
Man's gonna be in there loading up his laser gun. What you gonna do?
Charging it up.
What you gonna do with that?
Amos chapter 3, verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquity.
Also, the scripture said that there was nothing to be perceived but dust and smoke. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
What's going on? What's going on?
There's no debating,
No.
debating. Oh, please believe. No, it's not. Why you gonna ask man to believe? You're gonna believe when you're dust. You're gonna believe. That belief will come through
They should know after
the
death.
reality. Yeah, the reality of your situation. When I really want you to believe you're going. I don't really want you to believe you're going into slavery. We say it because we have to say it. But let's say you don't believe you're going into slavery. Okay, that's fine. Because when you're sitting there with the shackles on, you could think about it.
You can reason to yourself.
You can reason about it. Okay, you're not in slavery. Okay. Now, you identify as free. Okay. I'll just
This is Psalms 149, 149, verse 6. It says, let the high praise of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains.
You do that punishment, man.
Yeah, that's why history is important, because you check history out, trying to erase. You've been wallowing after the enslavement and the shackling and the slavery and the punishments of other people. So now it's your turn. That's right. End up. Yeah. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. That's the righteous judgment. Not, oh well, that was that. We blah blah. You're talking too much, man. Yeah. Right? You're trying to get out. It's not gonna happen.
tables turn, baby.
Now you're gonna come out with a slap on the wrist.
Hundreds of years or thousands of years. Hundreds
Pain,
of
suffering.
yeah, come on, man. Hundreds of years and shit. Even back to the Roman Empire. You ain't getting away from this.
Even in Syria right now, you got a situation where, like Assad and a couple of his men run, but there's a lot of guys that were part of his establishment that were still there. They were left behind. Now, them man were torturing people. They were doing madness over there, like, to keep power. I'm not on nobody's side, but that's what they were doing, right? Bro, a lot of them man that come in, if you've murked up a man's family member and tortured his cousin, when man holds you, what do you think is gonna happen? What do you think is gonna happen? The same what you did to my man is going. So right now in Syria, it's like a reversal. All the man that was on top last week, 2 weeks ago they were on top. They had the power, so they could just kill him, kill that. Now they ain't got the power. There's man doing the same thing to them. Kill him, kill that. So it's Syria's like a little microcosm of how the tables can turn, where you can go from the one that's in power, that's handing out the death sentences and the punishments and killing people's mothers and all that. Now all of a sudden, the tables are turned and there's another man with their phone out, and now it's happening to you. So that's what's going to happen to Esau. The table's going to turn. You put us in slavery, and you could do what you want and violate, and everyone's at your, under your hand. And it's just going to flip on its head. And when you give a person that opportunity to flip that power, the person that gets the power, them man are not playing. Them man are not hearing your cries of mercy. Because they're like, but bro, when I was crying for mercy for you, you didn't show no mercy.
Yeah, like, why is it that you guys are allowed to be the judges? You're allowed to be the judges of society, the bankers, the people running. Why can't we be that? Like, and to get that, it was based off slavery. Yeah. So let's not forget that every seat you've got was because of slavery. You can't say, oh, well, you didn't go, this and that. No, the seats that you're sitting in is because of slavery. So why do you get them? Tell us why you should have them seats. You can't biblically tell us why. So why should you be the guys running shit? Why can't we be the people judging all nations? Why is it you guys?
And this is why it's important for Esau to destroy us as a people, to keep us destroyed, keep us in wickedness. You know, for him to feel, you know, to basically say you don't deserve it. You know, you're not good enough. You know, and Esau,
Yeah, pressure.
and Esau boasts himself upon that man to say that he is good enough, that he's more intelligent. And that's why he did all the science cases. Oh yeah, you know, niggas are not smart enough.
But he didn't even get it through intelligence and
No,
some
lie,
kind of
lie.
reasoning.
Lied.
He just killed
Lied and killed.
and fucked people up.
Mhm.
So you did. So what are we talking? You didn't. All this talking now diplomatic. You didn't. No, you didn't do that. You fucking raped, robbed, and killed motherfuckers, man. So let's talk that language. You know.
Well, violence is what he understands anyway.
Like a UFO.
I got this is Luke chapter.
Throwing around a turret. Some digital fucking business nowadays. This is crazy out here. It's an old man. Video on that, man. Someone was riding one of those. They got this get on the board and it's dying that, like in the cars.
Hoverboard.
Yeah, that's what they're doing right now. They're just silly pop over to something on it. If they're doing that, come on, this is where we're at now. Y'all that was scoffing against the microchip RFID, y'all can't scoff it. You just can see what's happening. Everyone's going to be a subject to this. You know?
He said recently that when in the UK pubs and clubs, everyone's gonna have that, you know, digital ID.
A lot of y'all, see, that's the use of gradualism, and then all this. That's what it is, gradualism, and there's another word for like just
Incremental.
right, just weakening people, softening them up. Oh yeah, well, okay, well, you know what I'm saying?
Look at people who took the V just because so they can go on holiday. That was fucking ridiculous, man. But they did it. They fucking did it. You take away man's pub now, oh, that's fucking in the world. That will be. You know, all these Edomites, man, off going down the pub. All these well, complaining about the immigrants. They'll be like, nah, man, we're gonna get it done. We're gonna get it verified.
Because what they're saying is, it's not a mandatory thing, right? It's just that you can use digital ID in the pub to instead of having to show your ID, you can use the app. But that's basically still you bringing in the infrastructure for the digital ID.
Yeah.
Because you're it's called
Gov ID check.
Yeah?
Gov ID check or something.
Gov ID check. So now, when you do a lot of things with the government, applications and stuff, instead of sending, you know, before you used to have to like photocopy or send the passport and all that and you send it back. You don't have to really do that no more. You got the Gov ID app, so you can scan your passport, which is already biometric electronic passport, and then that creates a digital ID of because the UK passport is already a digital ID. But so then that's how the government is able to use that.
Yeah.
So this system already exists. It's just a matter of incorporating the digital ID usage into all these other different areas, like the pub or things like that.
That's the best way. So people start, oh yeah, because they're not going to be thinking, because everything in Britain is just, you know, they're stanking leg into the pub. Oh yeah, pub time, and they go in the pub.
Yeah, but then
They're not thinking meatheads.
also
Cockneys as well.
said you can use it,
Yeah, the guy in pub. Yeah, that's a good way to get it.
but they also said you're going to be able to use it for later on purchasing as well. So instead of going to wait for show your ID and you can purchase your drinks. Right, so that's what they're going to do, and then they're going to use the app and make you the app. They're going to put the app on your arm and your forehead. All of that shit.
The bouncers first.
Yeah.
People are like, yeah, I've got mine. Yeah, so they can get in.
Yeah, because people always forget losing or forgetting the hard copy in it.
I know in some pubs and clubs or whatever, right? They do the facial recognition. They scan your ID and they verify your face with the camera and shit, man.
What was that, man? Didn't Boris Johnson when he was said, I think he said, if you ain't got the V, you can't in the pubs, clubs, restaurants. So remember that, man?
Boris, yeah, it's him.
He said that. He said, that's what people like to do to these.
Yeah.
So that's targeted.
Yes.
I'm
That's
pretty sure they're gonna more and more everything you do will use digital ID because it takes a lot of the
Boring.
the inconvenient and the admin because now everything can be automated in terms of your verification rather than before you have to have a human being open up your letter, get your document, scan your document, check the. Now it can just be like. And then it will be automated through the system. It's like, okay, to verify that's who they are.
Scan right, negative.
Criminal records,
It's
all of that shit.
They show you like the futuristic movies.
I was just watching a movie last night called Dark Asset on Prime, and it's basically based upon the microchip and how smart it can make you, and then they can use suggestive thoughts to plant suggestions into your head to basically control you. That's called Dark Asset. I just watched it last night.
But you imagine like the data breaches that they might be having as well. Hacks, cyber attacks and this and that. And then the ultimate solidification of that is to bring in a chip. Because once it's in you, you know what I mean? All that data stuff, people hacking your data and that, well, you ain't got to worry about that no more because the chip's in you. The AI.
Skynet. Because if you got a guy that's trying to hack a human, if you bring in an AI, the AI will clock them up quick. That's basically where it's gonna come. The AI has become the stewards of
But your bank's already doing that. So your bank's already doing that. That's why, like, for instance, you make a purchase in a random area at a random time on natural, your bank, that's when it will be like, wait, enter your PIN, please.
Make this purchase.
Yeah.
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 I've noticed that my contactless sometimes it don't want me to put my fingerprint in.
Yeah.
But then sometimes it does. And I'm like, oh, it's long. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the system's picking and choosing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's running an algorithm.
Revelations 13:16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And when you check out that word for causeth, in the Greek, the word is paeo, which means to prepare, basically. And that's what we're going into, what brothers is talking about.
Yeah.
Gradualism and all that.
All that's going to
It's
happen
preparing.
is with the MOTP, what makes it significant is it becomes mandatory. And that's the difference. Right now, most of these things are not mandatory. They're like optional, but they're more convenient. You know what I mean? Just like right now, car paying like contactless isn't mandatory. But let's be honest, man. It's very inconvenient to be, I'm going to go a cash machine.
Especially when they're taking them out of
I'm going
that
to draw
society.
cash. And even the cash machine, they're trying to make it a little bit more convenient because they're trying to make them contactless now. Where you can tap the cash machine instead of actually putting the card in. But cash is long. So it kind of like, they're getting you through convenience. You know what I'm saying? Like, even, to be honest, it's true. Why do I want to go through the process of sending my passport in the, I'm going to buy a stamp when I could just use an app and done and I can get on with my fucking day. Like, but it's optional. But the day is gonna come where it's not gonna be optional.
It's not an old system to use.
It's just gonna be you must get a chip, you must have a digital ID, you must have your CBDC account, and if you're a business, you must accept it like this. You cannot accept
And that's
nothing
why they're
else.
testing it on all the other countries before it comes to the West. Because the West, Babylon, America, and, England and shit, they're the main places. So they got it testing in the Nordic countries. They got it in China. It's tests that they're doing because the main place where they're going to bring it is here, and that's why they're doing it in this way of optional, convenient. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look at this new breakthrough. Oh, this person that couldn't do nothing, now he's got the brain chip. Now he can play chess. They're bringing it because that proves that this is the main place. They've not just, they're using serpent juice on the people, on the Borgs anyway. They're going to turn into Borgs anyway. Using serpent juice on their ass.
It's the Borg, isn't it? But that's what you will be assimilated. That's what it was. That's what the Borg was all about: assimilation and all having one mind.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just gonna take a right crisis where they're gonna say, okay, this is how we fix the crisis. We've already got these systems in place. We're gonna just, it's all gonna be mandatory. And if you don't do that, it's illegal. And that's when it's different. Because right now you can go into a store and there's many different ways to do things.
Right.
But what happens when they tell the business, you will only accept, this is a new system, you only accept this.
Right.
If you dare shift out a product in any other way, your goose is cooked. That's what they're saying. All, both small and great, rich or poor, free and bond, receive a mark. No man might buy or sell, just they have that mark. If you go outside of that, that's the difference. Try doing anything outside of it. So what? Them drug dealers and all that, they're finished anyway in the system. The new system, well, they're already going to start to get in the new system. All that drugs is going to have to be within the system.
Every other day, you see drug dealers. They're getting life sentences for selling drugs, 25 years and all that, 30 years. They're fucked. Every day, every other day. Y'all, that's not the way to go.
Yeah.
The whole system is going to become controlled, but that's why they have to bring crisis, because that's a massive leap from where we are now to just make people have to do something. You know what I mean? Like, you have to. So
Revelation 12 and 12, right?
devil come down and great wrath. Yeah.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time.
Get upgrades. They'll do it. Whatever the case is, man. But you know what? Like you just read, man. Read that again.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath.
Right, and they're setting up all that great rap. Yeah, I'm not. They're raging. They're in rage mode, man. They're in rage mode. They want to lock this down. There's chariots. There's brothers preaching. There's too much going on. They want the new world order anyway. So they're in rage mode. They're setting it up. We believe for the spirit, Trump. And using that border stuff for the spirit.
Saying immigration.
So that's the way to the border. That's a perfect way of what we need to lock people. How are you going to lock it down? You're going to have to use technology. Technology is the way to lock it down. The ultimate way, because it's whatever they're saying now, what they're saying, which we know it's all agendas, is not working.
Even Elon, one thing to look out for is when you see Twitter start Twitter payments, which is going to be fairly soon. I would say probably within the next 6 months, you will see the announcement that Twitter is now a payment service. Because that'll be the next step towards creating the super app, where everything's done through one app, which they already have over on the East with the Alipay app. Which is one app, and everything, you could just do everything on the app. The doctor's appointment, everything can go through the app. That's really the system that they want to try and bring in, which is what Elon wants to turn Twitter into. But that means they have to bring payments. But also linking your digital ID is going to be linked in with that too. Because what they want to do is they're going to create more and more of this problem where they say, you know what, social media is out of control. People are doing madness. You got all these fake accounts. So to access social media, you need to have a digital ID. Now, they're not going to do that straight away. Why? Because right now the companies make money from all the fake accounts. That's why they're never going to fix that situation until they're forced to, onto this agenda. Because the reason, if they were to get rid of all them fake accounts, you probably maybe lose about 40% of the actual, most of that, a lot of that shit's bots. It's not real people. But that's okay. They'll be fine because they'll start ushering everyone onto these apps. There's people that don't have it that will have to get it in order to operate in society. So they'll bring everyone in. So maybe in the next, I think once Trump gets in, it won't be long. You hear Elon announce, "Oh, Twitter, now we got Twitter payments, and you can make make contactless payments using your phone or whatever to anywhere. Or you could send people money. Just send it to their Twitter app, and then that'll start interrupt cash app and all that will be kind of interrupted and all that stuff.
Department of Governmental Efficiency, innit?
Yep.
That's that, because that's in it. You was talking about like the different like governmental applications and processes where it's like a lot of that overhead is unnecessary.
Yeah, to bring it all into one app. And I believe if you look it up, that's pretty much what Alipay and all them in the East, they have super apps where you could do your whole life can be run. You could order food and it kind of like all of the apps are getting like that. If you look at Uber, how many things you can do on an Uber app? You could buy a train ticket, plane ticket, order your food. You can get deliveries, packages. So they're going to start bringing these things where they're interoperable and they can plug into each other, where you really only have to use one app, and that one app. Even the banking now, I believe you can do all your banking on one app now. That's crazy. So you just, I was like, what? So Halifax, you got a Halifax app, but you can see all your accounts on the one app. That's them bringing it all together.
Even the satellite navigation on the way here, I was using Google Maps, but it was pulling in information from Waze. So it's using multiple apps to see information.
So then really, it's all separate things, but interoperability, you could bring it all
That's
into
crazy
one.
that you can go in a Halifax app and see other banks.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
You could do that.
That's and you know the banking and the money. That's one of the main sources of control. Because you know when you gotta open a bank, you gotta bring certain documents, go in Britain, do it all separate. That was always been the case. That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's really what it's. So that's what like we always say. The MOTV infrastructure, you got to start seeing it as one thing. They're very good at making it look like it's all different things happening, but realistically, it's one system that can easily be in a crisis. They'll just put it all together in one system, and you'll have your chip, and then you just access. And then, so if you want to go shopping, you want to do this, you'll all go through the same means, and that's how they get the control. Your universal credit will all come through the app. It'll all come through the same system. Oh, because we don't want fraud. Yeah, because if it's all on one system, that's how people used to beat the system before. Because everything was on a different system. So if you were getting child benefit and you were getting another benefit over here, these things don't communicate. So unless you tell them that you're getting this, they don't communicate. And that's how people were able to be getting all these benefits that they didn't really need, because the one hand don't know what the other hand is doing. Now, on universal credit, you can't do it because you get that one universal credit and they put child benefit, everything into this one thing. So it did kind of get rid of a lot of the fraud. Yeah,
That's why they called it that.
Yeah.
Return to one universal. All benefits under this universal credit.
it's one banner. So yeah, and a lot of systems work like that, and then people never realize that. That's how people get away with fraud. You think that, oh, if I do this over here, the tax man knows what I'm doing. No, they fucking don't. Because this system, when they put the information on this computer, that's a completely different system to the HMRC. So most people that were getting caught on tax evasion, they were getting caught because someone tipped someone off. It ain't because these men found you, it's because someone. Huh?
The HMRC.
Yeah, most people that used to get caught for tax evasion is because someone's caught up and said, yeah, she's working. You know, it's always man snitched on you. That's how you got caught. It's always a snitch because they don't know what you're doing or what's happening over here. They don't.
Write it out.
But now they do, because now they're designing the systems to connect in with each other and be one system, really. So they know what's happening. Because the information can easily, I think it's something to do with, if you design one computer system and someone else designs another, they can't communicate. So interoperability was always a big problem, but now they're designing everything that they could easily plug into each other. Same language, same everything, boom. So one thing knows what the other's doing, and that's what they want. So basically, you're fucked. You can't dodge the system in any way. Everything knows what's happening. You are not allowed to be buying this product. So when you go to buy this product, it flags on the system straight away, because this system is connected to the system that says that you're not allowed to buy it. Interoperable. You're banned from posting. Oh, you went over here to post? Nope, that's connected. They already know. Your whole identity is banned from all social media. So it's not a different system. Oh, Instagram banned you. Now you're banned on Twitter as well. That's how they're gonna make the system. It's all just one system that's connected to each other.
Trying to open it up. Credits like that.
Oh yeah. Credits like that. You got the one system,
Right.
so yeah.
That's how the word credit. They're trying to do this, do that. It's like, whoa, block, PayPal, this, that. You know,
You know.
you might try another avenue, blocks, you know.
Anything in digital ID to the pubs. You get barred from one pub. Whole city.
Your social credit, your social. If they attach all that behavior to your Twitter account, your social credit score, then what you do in that one pub will take away your credits, and then it will flag you for something else.
You used to have a policy like that. It's a bathroom one, bathroom all. But it only really applies to those pubs that had those facial recognition things in that, right? So when you come in, it was like, oh, we scan you. But to enforce that is very difficult because unless you had door staff and stuff like that, I don't just come in.
Yeah.
And unless you got the skills or the time to be dealing with these guys, man, they just do what the fuck they want anyway. But like, same thing with even trying to access. If you have to have the mark to go places. Now you just won't go in. The doors won't open or whatever the case may be. You won't get served, because they'll try and get electronic pints. You won't be people no more.
Yep.
So you won't dispense nothing.
This is why it's important when you got the idea of the CBDC and the money being itself being programmable. This is where it becomes powerful.
So
It's because now it's like at the point of buying they can control you. So now they don't really need enough. So it's like you go into Tesco, you're only allowed to buy a certain amount of bread, right? When you go to buy, the system is already calculated. Okay, he's buying 4 loaves of bread. That's cool. You might try to beat the system and go into Asda, and I'm gonna buy another 4 loaves over here. When you go to buy, it flags up straight away. No, your money's programmed that you can't buy more than 4 bread.
Yeah. It's not so much like programmable, but like your bank already kind of does it. If you ever try buying crypto, a lot of the banks would just be like, no, you're not allowed. Like a lot of banks would just straight up, so you're not allowed to buy.
That's what they're doing. And Elder Ariella brought out that app they had where once you get a certain amount of carbon credits from items you bought, it'll stop you from buying. This is the system that they want. But in order for that system to work, it has to be that everything is connected. Otherwise, you'd beat the system. Oh, okay, I'll just go buy over here, and then I'll go buy over here, then I'll go buy over here, and you'll get more because everything's going to communicate at the source, which is when you're buying. So yeah, he saw Satan, and you can see that system getting rolled out more and more. The more technology, the more these things interoperate, the more they connect, the more the social media is connecting, the more you can tap and you can sign in.
As well. When the lockdowns happen and that, virtual appointments and shit, you can get an app that's got all you download the app, and it's got all your info on the app. So that's how they're merging that as well. Then the medical, finance,
even your Google account. Your Google account now, you realize that almost anything you need to do, instead of going through that long process of sign up, and you got to put your name in. There's always a little thing at the bottom that says Google, Facebook. Meaning, if you already got a Google and you already got a Facebook, you just click that and it'll just, you already got an account. Let's move.
They were both anyway.
So it's streamlining things. Well, that's ultimately what that market, the MOTB is going to be. You go to sign up for something, just already knows it's you, sign up already, done. You ain't got to go through the long process because it knows your name and it's trusted. Because, you know what I mean? Anyway.
Yeah. 2 Corinthians 2:11. That Satan should get an advantage of us, but we are not ignorant of his devices.
How the world going into. That we're not ignorant of what he's, like right now, you had the 2020 thing. Right now, people are still loitering around, but they don't understand that this is the nefarious plans of the type of leaks. And they're going to do it, where that's what's going to be your daily circumstance. And you're going to have to make a decision. Are you going to accept this mark of the beast, or are you not going to accept this mark of the beast? That's the when it's the scripture talks about the test that I think it's Revelation 3. Let's get let's get that one.
Revelation.
Oh, yeah.
Revelation, chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
So everybody's going to be subject to these circumstances. The whole system is going to become electronic, AI, or centralized digital ID to do anything. That's in Revelation 13, the mark of the beast that we've been teaching about, been telling you, cats out there. So through the Spirit, to be in favor of the Lord, you got to reject that, because
It's going to be hard to do
it's going to be hard
because
to
it's
do.
going to look like this is the way that's easy. And if you don't go that way, then how do you survive? That's how it's going to look. The MOTB is going to look like salvation. This is
Right.
the whole point. It's going to look like, yeah, this is how I'm going to get food. This is how I'm going to get security, because everything else around that seems like, oh man, like just imagine a world where they control all the food in London and you have to go to Tesco to get the food and they're saying you need to have a chip. Just imagine that situation happen right now. Have you got a fucking farm in your back garden? You got kids at home. Like straight away, you're gonna be like, hold on. So how am I actually gonna? I know I got food in my yard right now, but once all the food I eat in my yard, then I can't go to Tesco without this chip. Like, where do you go? Because your local shop gonna get ransacked and run out of food real quick. What do? You're gonna go to the farmer? Because they run the farmer. You know what I'm saying? So all of a sudden, it's a sticky situation where you have to have faith that, hey, the Lord is going to, I don't know how he's going to do it, but the Lord is going to find a way for me to get what I'm going to get.
It's like we're commanded to walk the straight gate, the straight path, right? So we don't choose the easy path in that situation, man. You have faith with the Lord, man, even though you know it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, but the faith is the substance of things unseen. Because the food ain't going to be right there in front of you.
Right.
But your Tesco's going to be right there. It's, oh, shit, like, you know what?
That's the important point. That's why a lot of y'all that watch us, if you ain't got faith, man, you're wasting your time. Yeah. No, we used to say with faith, the faith-based Israelites used to mock that. That was crazy. That actually happened at one point in time. But that's damn right what we are. Because when you can't fucking go to a shop without a microchip, you're gonna have faith. So we're building. This ain't a joke. We're building up our faith. We're teaching. We believe in the Lord. We're seeing the signs and stuff, the chariots. This is real shit. And that's why it says wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of your times.
This is where we're going to find. Right. This is where you're going to find out if you really believe the Lord brought manna from heaven.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Because if you don't believe the Lord can do that, brought manna from heaven, then you'll just be thinking, yo, I'm
carnal.
Yeah, exactly. You want to see what's in front of you.
What's in that? Just go around, fuck it, get a chip. You're going to do anything. You know what I'm saying?
And food is going to be one of the main reasons that people take the chip. It's going to be one of the, and they know this. One of the main reasons man take that chip is going to be access to food in the normal way. To be able to go into Walmart and get the food from in the Walmart without getting a bullet in the damn head, because they control the food system by only a few companies. In the UK, it's Tesco, Asda, which is Sainsbury's. That's it. And then all that you might say, well, what about the other little? Yeah, but if you've had a crisis in the country, at the choke point is the major distributors. The major distributors will cut off all the little shops. They'll be cut off. They'll say, no, we need to control this. So in order to control it, the food's going to go through the big supermarkets. You need to come there and here's your time. You know, like when they were saying, even if you look at it, yeah, in the crisis during the seating, they had a certain time where the essential workers could go to get there. You remember that kind of thing? They're going to be doing shit like that. Like, yeah, if you're in an area and you're turn up with your trip and you can get at this point. And you can't go in and then send your missus in because they want to know exactly who's in your family. They want to know who your children are. Because they were doing that in France. They were sending in, the husband would go in, buy food, and then the wife would go in and buy food. Yeah. And then they clocked it and they said, okay, you know what? From now on, the whole family is going to get a sheet. Yeah. So when you go in and they'll sign the sheet, you then can't send your wife in to get extra. Yeah, rationing system. And that's what the MOTV system is. You can't buy or sell. You gonna have to be everything under their control. You know?
So Philippians chapter 3, verse 18 here. For many walk, of whom I told you often, and now tell you even weeping, that they are the enemies of the cross of Yahushua, whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly. Right? So your faith is really going to be tested in that time, man. We're going to see what you really stand for. You know, are you going to give in to give into the flesh in that moment in time? Do you believe in Esau and his sister, or you believe upon Yahweh Hashem Yahushua to protect you, to provide for you in that time? That's right. Right? It says whose God is their belly and whose glory is in their shame, who mind earthly things. Because your mind's in a carnal state, man. It's not in a spiritual one. You know, you're not recognizing the things that are going on as really what's been prophesied here in the scriptures. Because you've got the prophets out here telling you about what's going to happen and how it's all going to kind of play out, and you refuse it anyway because you really have a carnal mindset.
And Johanna said that. And you know that went over a lot of people's heads, and that should have led to everyone in ISUPK leaving immediately. Because the brother from GM, I forgot which brother it was, he called him and asked him, and he said, what's going to happen if you got to have a chip to buy food and eat? And Johanna said, well, you're going to have to get a chip then. You know, you're going to have to get the chip then because you need to eat. And he said that on the radio. He said, yeah, if they say I got to get this chip to eat, then I have to take the chip. So then straight away, you already know the spirit, the vibration he's under is he's buckling straight off the bat.
Yeah.
As soon as my belly start rumbling, Esau's got me by the balls. Because, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'll just go in there.
They will show you that. Bible got movies from 1980 called Image of the Beast. And you had two couples, man and wife. One rebelled. They said they weren't going to take it. Then you had another one. They took it. But then the other couple, they succumbed after a while. Then they saw it and they were like, what happened? He goes, it became mandatory. I just got hungry. And you can see on his own, he goes, it became mandatory and I got hungry.
Yeah, but General Johanna already buckled. He's a nigga fat. You know he loves food.
Yeah, he ain't gonna find no temptation, man.
You know he loves the steak. So
Shame for lots of only.
that's already built in, man. Like, but if you're like the elder saying, faith is being able to not see the method of salvation, but just believing in the salvation in itself. That takes a lot of strength to say, like, well, I'm backed against the wall. There's an army coming at me. How can you predict the Lord's going to open up the? You know what I mean? Like, how can you see that? You can't see that. Like, you know, that's not. Oh yeah, the water's going to split. But the Lord did that though, and that's what it means to have faith. You believe that some way, somehow, if I hold my integrity, the Lord's going to deliver me, or I'll just die. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But regardless of that fact, the obedience is, don't take this chip. But if you've been taught that, the microchip is not the MOTV, bro, the first time your belly even does a little twinge, or you're going to just buckle, even though if you'd have held out, the Lord was going to send ravens, or I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know how the Lord, I'm just saying, whatever, man. Chicken fly through the window. No. Yeah, you can get Christian, you know that? I don't know. Yeah, I don't. However it happens, you know. So that's why some brothers say, yeah, that's why it's good to learn how to fast, man. Do you know what I'm saying? To know the feeling, because a lot of these people, they can't hold out hunger for nobody anyway, man. So they're gonna be fighting to get that shit. You know what I mean? To get some of that government cheese.
They're gonna be under pressure from the woman, the children. You know, the children be crying.
Children will have you under pressure.
Pressuring you, man. So it might only be,
children will be the biggest pressure, because children can't take hunger for no one. Like, they always want to fucking.
Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 65, verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty.
The servants are those that are going to have faith, right? So the Lord's going to reward these servants with food and water. You know, wherever they require in that time to preserve them, to get them through. You know, but those who don't believe, guess what? Even though they're going to maybe take the sea or whatever to think, they're gonna go get some food. That doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna get fed. You know what I'm saying? Because there's not actually enough food for everybody in times like that. It's not going to be available for everyone. So you take it thinking you're going to receive something, but hey, the Lord might have you don't fucking eat. You still don't eat. The Lord punishing you for
Yeah,
your.
proves that. The scripture says, "Many shall die." Of
Let me die.
those who fought on the cross.
Yep,
So,
that's right.
So some people are gonna, bro. I'm telling you, people are gonna be like, some people are gonna want to get the chip and can't get it. And they're gonna be trying, oh wow, just like with the seat thing. You remember man's like, well, how come that man over there got it and we ain't got it yet?
It became a thing of pride, man.
Yeah.
It became a thing of
Oh,
pride.
I told you what happened to that dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, that's how But one Donny I was working with, he's what's it called? He volunteers for St. John's Ambulance. So he was like, because he worked with the
Early.
medical industry, he was like on the front, and he was like, yeah, I'm getting mine tomorrow because I work with St. John. He was doing all this talk, yeah. And all of us, man, obviously, he's ethnic, and we're all ever like, yo, what are you doing? He was like, no. I came into work after taking it and collapsed. He came into work after taking it, yeah, better, man. Collapsed, man, I had to call the ambulance. Yeah. From that day on, he felt shame because we was all just, oh, you right? We was all like, are you alright? And then he was like, so you're gonna get the second? You have to get two of them. But he had to double down. He couldn't say, well, no, I'm not gonna get it, because we would have been like, bro, obviously we told you. He had to double down.
My mom in Portugal, she got the the VAX, and she forgot my son's name the same day. She forgot his name. She had mental problems and shit. She ended up in hospital for months. All kind of ailments. She lost hearing in her ears as soon as she got it. And eventually, the mind came back and shit. But as soon as she got it, downhill.
Yeah, one of my work colleague, his mom got it. She got a constant ringing in her left ear now. Like he just never goes away. Yeah, that's the one. That's what he called it tonight. It just constantly rings. And now she just got to live with it. Because damn. That's what it is, right?
Ringing, that must be annoying as hell, man. You know what? Should have held it down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't necessary.
This is Psalms chapter 78, verse 24. And had rained down manna upon them to eat, and had given them of the corn of heaven. Man did eat angels' food, he sent them meat to the full.
Now, I was gonna say, vocab, he don't believe that.
No, he don't believe in miracles, man.
He don't believe. So this is where it's all gonna come to a head. You're gonna find out who really believe in the spiritual nature and the present nature of the power of the Lord, and who were just joking. Because this is what it's tested in real time. In real time, you know what I mean? Like, do you believe in the power of the Lord, or do you believe in the carnal, what you can see? Because Esau's power can be seen. Oh yeah, Esau come with the big thing. You can see that. You know what I mean? You can see everything Esau does. It's not nothing which is hidden. But the power we worship is unseen. So you have to believe in an unseen power that's present. Because you see Esau coming in a helicopter to save your ass. So you're okay, Esau's coming, like, he's gonna help me. He said he's sending in the troops. Like, but with the Lord, angel could just pop up in the last second. Like, when you think all hope is gone and the angel just appear, why not? You don't have to. The angel could have been there the whole time, and you don't see. You know what I mean? That's in the scriptures too. When he was like, "Oh, there'd be more with us than be against us," and he thought man was on their own. Chariots was there. They were just there chilling.
These are reasons. These are recorded. Right? These accounts are recorded for us to take comfort. Right? Things are written aforetime for our learning. Right? And that is what's going to drive us to really keep us in check spiritually, in our minds. Right? When tough times come. Guys like General Hunt, they've already given up. They've already given up, man.
Scripture about come short of find faith.
Yes, it. Yeah.
You know, the faith is an access code to spiritual powers, man. It's like in a Marvel show or some kind of show. The guy's backed against the wall. They don't know what to do, but then all of a sudden he just you know, that's that faith. They got that from the scriptures.
Yeah.
You know, when the children like in Egypt, and then they split the sea. The Egyptians are coming after them. They're cornered. Okay, what do we do now? Cornered. All them chariots, all that might, all the weapons they had. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why
That's what it's like. That's why Esau's a modern day Egyptian. All the same shit, the AI, the tech. What can you just do? You know, he's the mastermind, Lord. You know.
You know when they got the in-game betting. You could bet.
What live today with
Yeah, you know, because at that moment in time, man, them odds would have been crazy, man. You know what I'm talking about? You know, like when you're watching a football game, and they go 4-0 down. It's like
They ain't
the
never
odds
coming
are
back from
crazy. The Lord just comes to you with a miracle, man. You know, that's how the Lord does. He's showing you that Scripture says, "My hand is not short that it cannot save." The Lord ain't ever out of time. Do you know what I mean? The Lord can do anything, man, at any moment.
This is why the scripture speaks about not trusting in the shadow of Egypt, man. Because even though they got, this is a separate scripture, but they're trusting the chariots and all this kind of stuff. They're trusting the things that they see, but only they can't save, man. You know, they have the power to deliver you, and Most High does. You know, he said,
a lot of people are going to take the chiz out for security too.
Yeah.
Because they're going to feel unsafe. You know, all hell's breaking
they're gonna feel safe.
And they're going to,
Esau, Edom.
If you come to this concentration
that
camp,
allegiance. That's their God. They're saved. You know, it's true. That's how they're gonna say we're saved. That's the worshiping the image of the beast. It's basically, if you worshiping the image of the beast, it's highly likely that you're gonna take that mark. It's pretty much you're gonna take that mark if you worship.
It goes hand in hand.
Hand in hand.
Because it says that in Revelation
They that
14,
take the image and the
worship.
Unless the Lord snaps you out of worshiping that image, you know.
Well, it's really the taking the MOTB is a consummation of that worship. It's a consummation. Am I using the right word?
Yeah, that's the word.
It's consummation of that, because you taking that blood oath. You're consummating that union. You're joining yourself.
Mark is this brother. I don't know this. But it speaks about that badge of servitude, right? You giving yourself over to that ruler, to that that leader or whatever, and that's what you're symbolizing basically by taking that. Esau is your God, is your power, and you worship as if he was God.
This is Job chapter 20, verse 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him when he is about to fill his belly.
I know said Superman was Batman with wow play. You thought he had it. You know what I'm saying? I was saying that I was talking about that.
We're talking about dark side, isn't it?
Right. What's dark side?
You know how I knew? It's because of the voice you made.
Shit. Yeah, he said that too, man. Before he had him, he congratulated him what he thought he had. Wow, play. It was just a bot now, you know what I'm saying? That's what that is. Esau, he set it all up, invite them when he's, all the feast out, the fruits, the meats, and all that. Yeah, let's tuck in. When something happens, and someone throws the table over. Ah! Come on, man. That's the you. You're hungry. You set this up. You've been laboring for it. Then you finally sit down. The table's there, and some, you know what I'm saying? You're famished, but there's someone and they throw the table over, man. You done?
That Belshazzar spirit, man. When they feasted. And the handwriting came on the wall, man. You know what I'm saying? And Daniel had to come break it down. Like, look, man, it done, man. I said, I was a world faithful, man.
There's a scene like that in Sicario. You know, when Beltora turns up, man's eating dinner, the cartel boss eating dinner with his wife and kids. Man just come through, shoot the kid, shoot the wife.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's a Sicario, isn't it?
yeah.
First one.
Ah, that was bad. That was cold. That scene.
Cold. He shot the wife and kids first. A man's like, finish eating. Oh, that's so peaceful. He won't get to enjoy that new world order, that godhood that he desires. He gonna be humbled. He gonna realize he was never in control. Right? You were never in control. You're a puppet, right? And you are not in control of your own destiny. And your destiny is doomed. Your destiny is shame. Your destiny is one of failure. You know, you crashing out. You're gonna crash out, man. That's it. Oh yeah, he had a good run.
It's over now.
Had a good run. It's over. He could have been great. But well played.
Could have been a
Yeah, that was. I paid you a lot of money. Yeah.
It said, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
And it's gonna be brutal.
Yeah, the missiles, the chariots, quick. They're getting toasted, and actually, after all them nations, because the scripture says that when the Lord comes, they're going to be fighting each other, but they're going to turn and fight the Lord.
That's it. And it ain't gonna be over no 10-year span. No, it's gonna be a quick. So really, it's like when you really break it down, that's a psychological fuckery. Because how can you go from we got everything under control, we're running our thing, and then the next day you're just chained up? Or in fair, when are they gonna come breaking through these walls and just take us over? Because we're done.
It's like, in a boxing match, man. You won every round. Yeah, and there's literally 2 seconds left in the fight, and you was like, and then you get flash KO'd and you're done.
That's and when you see man after, they wake up like. Sometimes they try to fight it on. I think there was an interview like that. This guy was when he was going back to the changing rooms. Man's like, he's ready, and then was like, bro, no, what are you talking about? Oh man, you lost. Fuck Esau, man. Esau's gonna go down quick, and it's gonna be a shock to the system.
Kind of like the Planet of the Apes and shit. We know why they made that to try and mock Jake. The first one with Charles Ness and shit. He's just trying to talk. He's just shocked. And he's trying to talk to the woman. She can't. She's already. You know what I'm saying? She's just gone. And he's like, right. He was just always like, well, what's going on? He's trying to, he's been shocked.
He thought he was on a different planet.
That's what's it's gonna be that shock factor.
That wasn't something
shock.
Right?
Like shock,
The only thing they were going off there is you still had the torch from the Statue of Liberty. Hitting out the thing.
That's the hope.
The hope. Statue of Bacchus, because that's a transgender thing. That's not gonna last, man. That's gonna get melted up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and really to put that in that movie just to show you just the omen of America that had fallen, which proves that they're aware of that they're gonna go down, but they're trying to fight that. They're trying to fight the truth. The vision of America going down is in all sorts of Hollywood films from the Book of Revelation, which proves they know that the Vatican is not Babylon the Great. They know that.
Never made a film.
They've never done that.
Basically, the time should fall upon themselves. So even these movies that they make, it's kind of as a foreshadowing of things to come for themselves.
Anytime they show the Vatican, you got the 3 city-states.
Satan.
Anytime they show the Vatican, it's the spiritual. It's always Da Vinci Code. It's always some spooky shit, the Satan, demons. So they know that and that. So because that's actually what it is. They know because that's what it is. They don't know because that's what it is. It's not Babylon the Great. It's the spiritual side of. It's one of the unclean frogs. That is what it is. Actively, that's what it is.
If it was Babylon the Great, then where's all the commerce going in and
Yeah.
out of
Yeah.
Vatican.
Ships and
The ships and that. They ain't no. They don't even have a port. I'm sure it's Vatican.
inland.
So then it don't fit, and the shoe don't fit.
And then you got America, Washington D.C., the military, and that's why America's got everyone's got guns. It makes sense that that spirit is on America. These people are just shooting each other. They all got like guns, so it makes sense.
That's where they spend most of their money.
Right.
And
Military.
the
Yeah,
Lord's always
yeah.
dealt with ruling nations. You know, ruling nations is what the Lord replace. He takes out these nations, right? Pursuant to Daniel's dream vision about the statue, right? It's always a ruling nation. It wasn't going to be some little city state.
And the Israelites ain't in slavery in the Bible. You know what I mean? Or not as a significant number. Just a libertine. Any closing scriptures?
Quick one. This is Revelation chapter 15 and verse. I'll start from the top. 1. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up with the wrath of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten victory over the beast.
Right, so we're going to be in the chariots, and the chariots you can see through. You can be able to see through the floor or through the side. How how the Lord set it up, which is a magnificent thing. That's part of the glory. Us seeing how the chariots and seeing the destruction, seeing the glory of the Lord, because the chariots is the glory of the Lord as well. So we're gonna have the HD film. That's what it's showing you. We're gonna have the HD film, man. That's why it says even in Revelation 14 that they're gonna burn in the presence of the holy angels. So we're gonna see it. We're gonna see it.
That's spiritual, because that means the elect will be eternal witnesses.
Yeah.
That never died. So it's that forever there will be witnesses. It's not like now there ain't no witnesses Sodom or it's written. Well, in the kingdom, there's gonna be witnesses because the elect, the first fruits was there. So it's first hand account. Yeah, I was there. The Lord destroyed America. I'm not telling you what someone else told me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was there. There's going to be witnesses to the return and everything that happened.
Well, that was the issue with the flood. That when that died out, afterwards the new generation they didn't see it, didn't believe as much. Even though they were taught it. It's like, well, I don't know the Most High. Like, I've never seen him do all that stuff. So it's like, is it just a myth? Is it just a story?
Faith again. Because I like the fact that I like them had records of it. I like them would have known, passed down. But then it goes into faith again. People twisting things. Yeah. But it's spiritual. That's amazing. Eternal witnesses. Yeah. That are immortal. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's a whole different. See, that's the scriptures. A new heaven and new earth. That's the whole. That's a new
way of things happening.
Foundation.
Eternal witnesses. God's man. That's amazing. You got more? Yeah, you got more than that.
It says, had gotten victory over the beast and over his image and over his mark and over the number of his name, to stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
So it says they're actually gonna not take the mark of the beast. They didn't worship this fucking AI digital system. I'm gonna call it that because that's the ultimate of what it's gonna be. And they stood on the sea of glass, watching it get destroyed, man. The eternal witnesses. That's part of our glory. There's many scriptures that back that up. Romans, the manifestation of the sons of God, and all. There's many scriptures on that, man.
Part of the reward.
Right, that's rewards. So we got kingdom-minded rewards. That's why a lot of the demons come in. They're trying to take that away from us. No, fuck you. You ain't gonna take. We don't give a fuck what you say. Right? We're laboring for these rewards. There's nothing you can say that's gonna stop us from laboring from these rewards. All right? How about that? Fuck y'all. Y'all are low, sitting there just trying to find a fault with it. That's a low existence. We're talking about elevating and the spirit of the Lord, and your whole existence is just scoff and destroy and find everything a problem with everything. That's a low vibration. You know what I'm saying? That's low. You're like a worm or something, just eating and the bottom just eating stuff. It's rolling right now, you know, just deleting things. You know what I'm saying? You know, nah, man. Go ahead, up, man.
Verse 3. And they sing the song of Moses, the servant of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and the song of the Lamb, saying, Great and marvelous are thy works, Lord power almighty, just and true are thy ways.
That's amazing because that's exactly what we're doing. But you just mentioned the flood, you mentioned Egypt. That's exactly what we do. And that's what we're going to be doing. We're still going to be talking about those great stories, but this one is going to like outdo all of that. This judgment's going to be so great, man. It's going to be talked of forever to our children and generations. It's going to be that. It's amazing.
And it's gonna have a memorial. The America
Right,
gonna be there with the smoke ascending
right.
and pass it in the ships. Oh shit!
That's going to be the new Passover, basically, isn't it?
See both have
Memorial Day.
jawbones.
Yeah, all the scoffers. A lot of y'all, the higher level of scoffer you are, you're going to be mentioned. You're actually going to be written in them scripts.
Hairline.
You top scoffers, man. Yeah, you're gonna get rewarded. You want to be famous. You want to. I came against you guys. Well, you're gonna be written up. Your names, man. You know, you got burnt alive. You got hung. Whatever happened to your ass?
Hey, what's that?
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we're gonna have
You're writing on the wall, spirit, man. Scribes, you know.
we're gonna have two perspectives of the same event. Because while you got to see a glass, they're gonna be looking up the other way.
I was just saying things are
Yeah.
different with God.
A whole different perspective, right?
Right.
Scorers and scorers are gonna be looking up, to see a glass a different way, the wrong way, different type of thing, man.
That's like the ark, and it banging on the ark. You know, you know what I'm saying? Just looking up. You know what I'm saying? Remember back in the day, you know, Action Circus, man. You had that alphabet character, the zero XY dude, J, you know, and he went, why? And all that. Remember that thing, man? That's what they're going to be.
Yeah,
Well, that's in the Wisdom of
Brian,
Solomon 5, man.
it's a different perspective.
But when this man, that's in Wisdom of Solomon 5. We don't have to get it, but to do that's what they were going.
They're going to complain.
Right, yeah. Our ways are different.
How are they? How are they? Why are
That
we?
one, Wisdom of Solomon 5. And then I think it's 2, but let's read into it and we end on that.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 2. It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit.
The missiles are gonna be making. There's gonna be chariot, there's noise and all kind of confusion. Yeah, man. And then after some pain is coming, bro. It's over.
Parts of your body activating you never knew existed.
Want to see your bowels,
All yourselves, like,
them ICBMs are loud, and when they re-enter the atmosphere, they're not even when you because the jet engines, they're rockets are fucking loud, man. Even when you go near the airport and you hear a plane taking off, you don't even have to be near it. So imagine how all them ICBMs, how much noise they'll make re-entering the atmosphere, man. Them it's terrible. And then you gotta see Negroes on. Oh shit! You gonna get it, man. To imagine.
It says, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness, and his end.
They're gonna have no choice but to think like this.
Right, yeah, that's
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
were beamed up, returning to gods. You know, like
That's ignoring shit.
you know, it's just do that. Whoa, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah. There's no point fronting now.
Fool.
Well, they are fools because it's in the scriptures.
That's right.
Everything we're saying is backed up by the scriptures 100%.
That's
So
right.
you was being a fool. Vocab Malone, you're a fool because we didn't just make this up. Everything we say or everything we preach, everything is in the scriptures exhaustively. And you just don't want to see it because, you know, you don't want to see it. But you're going to have to see it. The Lord's going to make you open your eyes. Open your eyes. You don't have to grab his eyeballs. Open your eyes. You're going to see it, man. And you're going to feel bad. You're going to feel shame. You're going to be hurt because you're getting rejected. And you're going to be fearful of the terrible judgment that's about to happen to you.
Scary. Them scary.
Yeah, you're old. Even seeing the chariots itself is spooky. And the chariot's going to be letting out vibrations and horns.
Yeah.
UFO.
Yeah.
That's so spooky, man.
Yeah.
You know, right.
And then you know what you're going to be thinking about? You're going to be thinking about brothers saying, and you're going to come back in the reincarnation. And you'll be like, oh, wait, hold on. Because the whole thing's fucked. You be thinking like, right, if they were right about all that, that means I'm about to get hit by missiles, and then I'm gonna come back in slavery. Oh man, that's terrible, man, for you. You know what I mean? Thinking about all that 1,000 years of slavery. No.
That's what 1,000 years. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. It says in Revelation 20.
Just a bad Benjaminite line. Yeah, come on. Alright, go on. Man.
It says, we fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High? And his lot is among the saints.
Make mockery of us because you expect us to be nothing but niggas, man. That's without honor. No, that's what, beginning with Vocab Malone, that's why they have such a massive problem us calling ourselves Israelites, because they just want us to be nothing. That's really what it is. But we're not nothing. We're the sons of God. And our end is going to be with the greatest of honor, man. And who the hell are you to deny us, man? You can't deny it because you don't have the power to curse or to bless. Really, it's the Most High. And the Lord said, man, if you have blessed, they shall surely be blessed. Man. What are you gonna do about it? You ain't gonna do nothing about it, and you can't change your fate because that curse that is upon you and your seed, you're gonna have to drink it, man. And your forefather Cain, he was crying like a bitch when he got that curse. You're gonna be crying too, because there ain't gonna be no. It's not like us in our kingdom. We have hope. Not our kingdom. In your kingdom, we have hope. So we can leave here today, go home, go to work tomorrow, catch hell, and you know what brothers do in the back of their mind? Oh man, you know what I mean? Oh, in the kingdom, man. Like you got something to like. What the hell are you gonna look forward to in our kingdom? You ain't gonna be like, well, the Lord's gonna save us after a while. No, you're just gonna be exterminated and goodbye. There is nothing for you in the kingdom of heaven. There's gonna be really nothing. The only thing you're kind of looking forward to is for like you to die and just come out of the place. We're looking forward to actually enjoying ourselves and having a good time. Yeah, you're doomed, man. You ain't gonna know nothing but despair. You ain't gonna have no scriptures to hold on to, no hope or nothing like that. Just despair and suffering, and your name is gonna be folly for the rest of eternity. Man's like, 1 billion years from now, everyone's gonna remember you Edomites were fucked. That's it. No one's gonna remember you for being these great scientists. You know what I mean? Like, no remembrance in the earth, but that of shame and folly. Everyone's like, oh yeah, these men tried to fight God. Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Insane.
It's true, man. Prince of Switch, great scientist with his glasses. Oh, nah. Like that.
All these anomalies, you know.
Oh man, fools, man. Absolute fool. That's what you're gonna, and that's going full circle what we were talking about earlier. The system of white
There's
supremacy
no remembrance
of the wicked.
It actually says that no remembrance. There's going to be none of that. Oh, this great scientist,
IQ.
pretzel.
Yeah. Bill,
None of that, man. None of that.
Elon Musk. Oh, he's so smart.
Everyone's all up Elon Musk's whatever. Man, fuck that motherfucking shit, man.
Tesla,
BS, man.
Tesla's melted.
That ain't even shit. That wasn't even originally shit. Just peddling the shit on it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that.
Einstein. You
Know
know
that
that
New World Order, AI, and all that. Everyone like we don't know what's popping. We know what's going down.
Yeah, and everyone's gonna look back at you Edomites and just shake their head like, yo, this man was doing too much. He actually tried to do that shit because they're gonna know the power of the Lord and they're gonna just know like, what was he thinking? What was you really thinking in your mind? And that's gonna be your memorial. Your memorial is that of a fool, of a wicked fool that met a disastrous end and a cautionary tale for every other nation of people going forward. Like, yeah, we don't want to be like no Edomite. We don't want to do what the Edomites did. We want to eat mangoes. These men are gone. Like you're like the dodo bird. You know how these men talk about the dinosaurs? Because the dinosaurs gonna be in the kingdom. Yeah, you know how people, oh yeah, they got hit by a meteor and they're gone. That's true, man. Like, you man are gone. You're just talking about, man, like, yeah, you're a myth. You know what I mean? You're like a thing that once and I'm talking about a billion, because the kingdom of heaven is going to be for eternity. So 2 billion years from now, you'll be gone. 3 billion years, you'll be gone. 10 billion years, you'll be gone. It's like, yo, that man missed out. That man missed out. Like, you missed out, man. Extinct. Why are you extinct? Yeah, they tried to fight God. That was their inheritance over there, right there. They could have been living in the earth. That was arrows. When a guy says, I choose judgment by combat, trial by combat, and he goes, so you could vet them.
That was Ross Augusta. Yeah. It was a bad dude.
Choose your weapons. I choose this. Where's your weapons? I'll take yours. Anyway, we close off on that. Yeah, we'll close off on that, man. That's the Esau, man. And, hey, that's why we're enjoying ourselves, imagining the kingdom, man, because it's a reality. It just hasn't manifested yet, but it is real. It exists because the Lord has spoken it. So it's gonna. It exists. It exists. We haven't caught up in that temporal timeline yet. We haven't caught up to it yet, but it already existed.
The kingdom of heaven.
Yeah.
So we're like, even the fact that we're doing what we're doing, speaking about it, yeah, that's part of that manifestation.
So yeah, man, we rejoice. This kingdom is tough, and I know we're out there suffering, and sometimes you get down. But always remember that if we weren't down, we'd want to be here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you weren't catching hell here, the scriptures wouldn't be fulfilled, and you wouldn't want to be saved. You'd be like, fuck it, I'm cool. You have to catch hell here, because that reminds you that, yo, man, at least we got the kingdom. You know what I mean?
And it's also part of the balance, the scales, to show you that the wicked are in power, and that the fact that we're catching hell proves that the wicked are in power, because we're preaching and pushing the righteousness, but we're the ones who they coming against.
Yeah.
So it shows you.
Yeah.
It shows you, you know.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right, so say Kal Halal Yahweh.
Hashem El Shai Hashem Kakadash.
Noble honest apostles, millstone. I was out there in the highways and the byways, teaching this word, sincerity and in truth.